Welcome to North Central State College's College-Wide Outcome Rubric Tutorial Update for 2020. What are college-wide outcomes? They are communication, both oral and written, intercultural knowledge and competence, information literacy, critical thinking, and quantitative literacy. This tutorial is meant to help you pull the value rubrics into your course while you're working in Canvas. Let us look at what you will see once you pull a rubric into a class that you want to assess. We will be using the critical thinking rubric as an example. Notice on the left-hand side, we have 5 criteria. You then have 4 different levels of mastery with the corresponding points. When you are assessing a student's assignment, you will click on the box corresponding to their achievement. That box will turn green, and at the same time, over on the far right-hand corner, the points will automatically be filled in. And then at the bottom, they will be summed up. It is this bottom line here that is important. This is the one where you will fill in what the score is, or the mastery level, in this bottom row. This bottom row is the data information that is accessible at the administrative level of Canvas, and that is what we will be using for reporting the assessment to the Higher Learning Commission. Okay, so you saw the overview. Now let's back up for a minute and find out how we actually get these rubrics into our courses. You're going to go to your course. When you click that course on, chances are you're going to end up on the home page. So what you want to do is click on your assignment link. Once you click that on, you'll be in the area where you can add an assignment. If you've never put an assignment into this particular class, you're going to notice that right here, you have the ability to click on Add Assignment. If, however, though, you have a bunch of assignments up and down, you will need to click over on the far right-hand corner, the plus sign that says Add Assignment. Once you've clicked on that Add Assignment, you'll notice that there is a box where you can name the assignment. We want to call this assignment Non-Graded Outcome Rubric. This is the terminology we would like all faculty to use for these outcome assessments. Additionally, we would like you to set the points at 0 unless you are using this for grading of an assignment within that class. We can talk about that in another video. This non-graded outcome rubric name will help to alleviate some of the stress your students may feel when they see an assignment in the gradebook. Unfortunately, because Canvas is much more integrated than Blackboard, you are not allowed to separate the assignment from the gradebook like we used to do. The downside of that is that we cannot hide an assignment. So once you have filled this in, the name and the 0 points, you're going to click Update. What that will do is create a link for you that you will then click on to begin pulling in the rubric. This is what it'll look like when you click on that link. You will need to click Add Rubric. Now, it is assuming that you will be naming this rubric or creating a new one. But since you're going to be using already created rubrics, you're going to go over to the far right-hand side that says Find Rubric. When you click that on, you will be delivered to the database for North Central State College, where you will find all of the rubrics for the core learning outcomes. You will click on the one that you want, and then you'll look over to the right-hand side and see, yep, this is the rubric I want. And then you will click on Use this rubric. Okay, you can see the rubric has now been put into your class. To begin filling out your assessment, you will go to the speed grader. As soon as you click that on, you will be delivered to another page. This is what it looks like inside of Speed Grader when you have a student digitally submit their paper to you. As you can see, I have Goofy. He's my second student in the class. I had him submit his paper digitally so that you could see what it looks like with this split screen with the digitally submitted paper. I will then click on View Rubric to put the grading rubric over to the right-hand side. Okay, now this is what it looks like when I am grading Goofy's paper in a split screen. You can see that my paper is over on the left-hand side and the rubric is on the other side. This is an example of not having the students submit their paper in a digital format. This would be if you want to actually print the paper out, assess it perhaps for another assignment or for a variety of different reasons, and then you want to grade it from just the rubric on the screen. You will click on View Rubric. With Minnie Mouse's paper in front of me, I will click on the corresponding boxes to her mastery level, and just like we had shown in the other screen, on the right-hand side, the points will automatically fill in, and then I will go down to the bottom and look to see what her mastery level is. And then I will manually click on the box that corresponds with her mastery level. This box, again, this row is what is accessible from the Canvas administration side, and it is what we will be using to create the reports for the Higher Learning Commission. When you're done, you will click on Save. Now that you know the mechanics of how to pull a rubric into your class and then use it to assess one of the core learning outcomes, how do you decide which of the core learning outcome rubrics you're going to use for the particular class you choose to assess? What you'll do is go to your master syllabus, go down to K and look at your core learning outcomes. You will use a rubric that corresponds with one of the core learning outcomes you have said that you will assess in that class that semester. I have, as an example, a criminal justice syllabus. You can see under the critical thinking core learning outcome that there is a written assignment that is utilized to assess this class. So let's back up. This is Minnie Mouse's criminal justice paper. I have graded her based upon her critical thinking mastery. I have clicked above average and clicked Save. What happens next? Because the critical thinking outcome rubric is one of 6 rubrics stored in Canvas, that information can be accessed through an Excel worksheet in Canvas. That can be downloaded, sliced and diced, and sent on to the Higher Learning Commission. Oh, and probably most importantly, Canvas, they were smart. Those Excel documents, when they pull the data in, do not give any instructor names to ensure anonymity. If you have any questions, please refer to the contact information on this page.